Right, we are back. Conscious Debriefing Show. Roll the intro.
You're listening to Conscious Debriefing Podcast with Jason and Rachel.
Okay, Wednesday afternoon. Welcome back to Conscious Debriefing Show. Like I mentioned in my previous clip that I released in the week on Sunday, it used to be Couples Debate the Show. I've now changed it to Conscious Debriefing Show. Wednesday afternoon, 15 November 2018, 3 o'clock the afternoon. With me on the other side in the studio, I've got my lovely wife, Rachel. How are you, my baby?
All right. Hello, everybody.
Are you good? Eh?
No, just very hot.
That's very hot. Always
I'm
hot.
always hot.
It must be the 35 degrees today. Okay, on the other side I've got Peter Smith, police officer. How are you, Peter?
How are you guys?
Well, Peter, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you being here.
It's a pleasure.
Alright, before I give the chance for Peter to introduce himself and tell the audience what he's all about, let me quickly tell you what today's podcast is about. It's about scammers, fraudsters, Christmas period's coming, the silly season, and we all know the silly season people get lots of money, bonuses, Christmas gift, and this is where the trouble comes in. This is why I invited Peter here to explain to us, and we're going to talk about it myself, why Christmas periods is called the silly season. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, Peter, over to you. I'm going to give you the mic. Introduce yourself to the audience.
Okay, for the people, just to know, I'm Smith already, like Jason said. I'm a police officer. I have 28 years of service. Been all around South Africa regarding my work. I worked at different units in the police. I've seen a lot of things and now the criminals operate. That's it. Short and sweet, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, yeah. Alright, where's my wife now? She disappeared now. She's gone, yeah.
Okay, just give a description of what we are going to talk about. Scammers and fraudsters. Scammers target people of all background, ages and income levels across the globe. There's no one group of people who are more likely to become a victim of a scam. All of us may be vulnerable to a scam at some time. Scammers succeed because they look like the real thing and catch you off guard when you are not expecting it. Scammers are getting smarter and taking advantage of new technology, new products or services and major events to create believable stories that will convince you to give them your money, personal details or even your bank cards. And remember, scammers and fraudsters look for people who are vulnerable. Don't get caught in the act. Protect yourself from these criminals.
Absolutely, that's what it's about. These guys are clever. Okay, Rachel, I'm going to start with you. Ask Peter, you're going to ask him the first question.
Okay, yes. How do we know when a scammer or fraudster... Sorry. How do we know what a scammer or fraudster looks like?
Fortunately, people still have this picture in their minds about criminals. Actually, we don't say we can refer to all these people as criminals or
of course,
suspects.
Yes. Yeah, suspects
or criminals that want to commit a crime. Doesn't have to say it have to be white collar crimes, because all these crimes regarding fraud, check fraud.
You were telling me earlier today that it's related as white collar crimes.
And bank card fraud, and even bank cards that they rob the people at the ATMs. So these are white collar crimes. And people think that when you see a criminal or a suspect, you see this scruffy guy. And
exactly, most people do that, yeah.
Like most in the movies, you can see a criminal or a chochi a mile away. And unfortunately, for those of you that does not know, it's changed a lot over the time. I mean, most of these cases where we catch criminals these days in the act, or we catch them afterwards even, most of these guys, you won't say they're criminals.
No,
they
you won't.
well, neatly dressed, well educated, well spoken,
Yeah, they wear 5,000 rand
Yeah,
suits.
that's true, because they are making a lot of money. So they present themselves as good members of the public. I mean, if you look at them, you won't even say that you think this guy is a criminal.
No, you won't. No.
So there is, for instances, that you can see some of them is churches, you know, the way that they dress.
Yeah, of course.
But most of these cases where they're committing these crimes, they drive very expensive vehicles. They are very neatly dressed, well groomed. I mean,
Yeah, I'm in the security industry as well, and I train my guards to look for that suspicious behavior. You know, so when they're on the cell phone, and they won't walk around with expensive cell phones like an Apple or Samsung. They'll use a cheapy cell phone, and this is how we pick them up
and
easy.
That's also want to come in. Strange enough, I mean, you're also in the security industry regarding businesses.
Yes.
And most of the time when we work together, even I came to your shopping center.
A lot of, yeah, you help us out a lot.
That we made, remember?
Yes.
Most of these times, this guy driving expensive vehicles, expensive clothes, but they got this 200 rand Nokia phone.
Exactly, because
that's actually a thing that we picked up. You will never get a very expensive cell phone.
you won't. That's like you see in the movie. They buy a cheap cell phone. Once they use it, they throw it away. It's easy disposable.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Rachel, you wanna?
So I just want to say again.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Jason mentioned, you can't actually identify a person by the way he looks.
Suspicious behavior. Yeah.
You can't, and by physical appearance, you cannot identify a criminal these days. Like I said, they look much like the normal people.
They blend in. The idea is you have to look like a ghost. You have to blend in.
Like Jason said, the only way that you pick up and you see that these people are there or that they might be criminals is the way that they behave.
Look, I like to tell my guards, normal behavior in a shopper, a customer that comes to the shopping center, any shopping center across the South Africa, is he parks his car, he gets out, he goes in, and he comes back. These guys will walk up and down, up and down. They'll sit down, up and down, and this is how we pick them up, because his behavior is not normal.
Yeah.
That's my message that I tell my guards.
I agree with you, because you will see a normal shopper that comes for the purpose of shopping will go into a shop, they will browse, take our item, and they will purchase this, and you can see the big difference. Like you said, those people, they won't purchase anything. They just roam around. They'll be walking around and standing, and the way that they're observing. I mean, have you seen people these days? I can just mention it. Have you seen? I like watch at people at the mall. When I even walk,
I do it all the time. All the time I do.
Act, not just say that I want to see criminals. People behavior in normal life, very interesting. And you'll see people, unfortunately, I have to mention, most of the time people are like focused on one thing, and they just walk and look in front. They look actually grumpy and stuff like that. But really, that's the truth.
No, it's true.
These guys, you can actually see, you can see that they're nervous. Not openly, but you can see
there's something wrong.
Their movements, their eye movements, what they look at.
That's the thing, like you explained, they're vulnerable. They're looking for the vulnerable targets.
Yeah.
So if they notice that you are not a person that's looking at your surrounding, they're going to target you, and they follow you, and they say, you know what, this okay, we're going to scam.
And out of experience, in a civilian capacity, you can see if you approach a suspect or a person that's there for no good, and you look him in the eyes, you won't look back.
He won't look you back.
You will immediately break eye contact,
because they don't want to be seen.
They want you to take your concentration on somewhere else.
Exactly, absolutely. I fully agree. And yeah, that's the way I see how we can identify a scammer. Yeah.
You can ask Rachel. She's not in our industry.
No, she's not.
But you're also going to the mall a lot, and because she's married to you and she knows the background.
I notice them. Even my daughter, we go to the mall together, and she will say, "Ma, phone Dad. Those guys look suspicious."
That's why I'm actually asking Rachel, a civilian.
Yeah. No, we can see it.
Yeah. No, of course. I always phone Daddy.
Oh, phone Dad.
I even, strange enough, one of my friends got a car stand, and when he comes to the shopping center where I work to deposit money, he calls me. Jason, please, can you walk with me? I've got lots of money on a bank. I'm just afraid that they're gonna target me in that, and I walk with him. No problem. 100%. I'll offer that service. Rachel, you wanna ask the next question?
Okay. How many types of scammers and fraudsters are out there, and how would you describe their modus operandi?
Yeah. Okay, just to know what's the modus operandi. Description for how these people execute their
Talk closer.
how the people execute their the crime. The modus operandi is like, let's say
Their method of the crime.
theft of motor vehicle. Let's say a modus operandi. They force open the door. They force the ignition. How they commit this crime. How they initiate the crime.
Yeah,
That's modus
that's
operandi.
modus operandi.
The way that they committed the crime.
I made a list here, Peter. A couple of points. And the first one I've got just money transfers and requests, where people do emails using fake email accounts. The guy will say he's an attorney. His client died. He's got like 5 million rand, and he needs to transfer it into your account. That's one of them. And there's also OLX, the OLX and Gumtree ones.
If I can come in there, especially like got a lot of cases out of first-hand experience that I pick up. I do the crime analysis every day at the police station to see what crime has been committed, to check all the crime that's coming every day. And there's a lot of cases regarding this matter. You know, like for instance, just an example, you got a motorcycle or any item that you want to sell from OLX. What these fraudsters do, they contact you. They say that they want to buy the item.
Yes.
And then they ask you where they can meet to come and collect the item. When they meet you, while they're with you, you get an SMS on your cell phone that says that they deposited the money into your account. And the SMS looks very authentic. It looks very original. Everything is in place. And then you give them the item. And afterwards, when you go to the bank, you find that actually the money has been reversed and there's no funds in the bank.
But how do they reverse it? That's what gets me. Yes, these guys are so good.
Yeah, but you must know, like, people, like you said, the criminals are keeping up with trends, and they're also innovative every day.
But if they reverse them, and it's like they got inside info at the banks, isn't it? Or am I just speculating?
Yeah, well, that can be a possibility. I think so. Obviously, I just want to mention something, like information about people drawing money in the bank.
Yeah.
We found in the past, when we caught criminals and got further investigation, we found out that it was actually inside job from the teller. And I'm not mentioning, you must understand, the people that's listening, I'm not mentioning any bank.
I've said this in my previous podcast.
I'm just saying this in general, out of
it's
experience
a general
that we picked up as police officers when we investigated cases, that there was cases where the bank teller was involved and was phoning or SMSing the criminal outside and telling this person is just deposit or just withdrawn 50,000 rand. He's dressed like this. But we'll come to the other part of that about
look, there was a episode on Cop Launch a couple of weeks ago. Did you watch that? But this like Gumtree and OLX. Well, it was more targeted on OLX.
Yeah, they catch a lot of people.
It was recently, in Van der Bijl Park, where they same thing, like you said, SMS, money gets transferred. It was a quad bike. Then they held this one guy's son as a hostage, where they brought him to a shopping center to come draw money. And they told him straight, don't say anything. If you say anything, remember your son. We've got him there at hostage in it. But luckily, he got away. And then they called out a unit, not from here, from somewhere in Joburg. The unit came out and they displayed the same thing, put an ad on, and they got the guys involved. And they were caught.
In Vereniging.
In Vereniging. They were caught in Vereniging.
I know about that. There was about 3.
Yeah, it's not so long ago. It was a thing on Cop Launch.
It was actually guys that was getting away with this for many years.
Many years. Yeah. But also, like I mentioned, the fake emails. I still get these emails a lot.
You know what I want to come in there is that people must understand. I'm speaking in general. It's not attacking somebody's personally, but unfortunately, I have to mention that the public is very naive regarding this.
Or gullible.
And
Not even gullible. Yeah,
yeah. And
definitely.
you know what? Even we had a police officer's brother that sold his Xbox One on one
Yeah.
of these sites, and the guy said, "Okay, I'll meet you at Wimpy." The people came there neatly dressed,
Yeah.
and they said, "Right," and he received an SMS on his cell phone that the payment was made for that. They took the Xbox and the control and took all the items. And they left. It was about 4.5 grand, 1,000 rands items. They left, and when he got to the bank or wanted to draw money out of the bank, he says, "No, there was actually there's no money. It was been reversed." So they catch people. People must be very cautious. You know, honestly, I say from my side, if you do a transaction like this, make sure that you meet the person that's the buyer at a safe place. Like you can go to the nearest police station
I would prefer the police station. Yeah, definitely.
and arrange for them to meet there. Phone your bank
Yeah.
and confirm with them if the money is in the account and that it cannot be reversed or be transferred.
Exactly.
And your bank can confirm that. And if you have that confirmation that you know that the money is safe, then give them the
Yeah, because if they scammers, and when you say police station, they're gonna say no.
Jason, you won't believe people sold vehicles like that and lost vehicles.
Yeah,
like
my son-in-law almost became a victim of that. He wanted to sell his Ford Falcon. He met up in Vereeniging, and my son-in-law felt straight away there's something not right here, and he said, "Well, let's go to the police station."
that. I know about,
And they chickened out. They said, "No, cops."
I know about,
Come on,
I
what-
know about the incident. There was a senior citizen. He had a nice Mercedes and quite a new model. Oh, not an old model, but I mean, he sold the car for 280,000.
Jeez.
And then they said no, but they will pay the money over. They want the vehicle now. But he said no, you just want to confirm that. And they even said no, we will give you 10,000 rand extra on the deal. And he also received an SMS and an email that the money has been deposited into his account.
So they make this
They
thing
took the
look
vehicle-
authentic.
They took the vehicle. You must remember now, he got the money into his account. He got all the confirmations on SMS and,
Yeah.
and all those necessary things that will give you ease of heart that the money has been paid in. They took the vehicle, you must understand, he gave them that change of ownership, everything, and they left. And then also when he found the bank and he said to it was
Reversed.
reversed.
Was reversed. So there's no really. How can we say that to prevent this from happening? I mean, everybody is using OLX and Gumtrees. Now, we're explaining this and we're letting the public hear about it.
I can tell you honestly,
But are they going to take this as advice? And
I can tell you
to help them?
honestly, I can tell you honestly, it's not easy for everybody to be in the same situation. My brother-in-law's brother found me. We were actually visiting one day, and he said he was actually selling one of his BMW. I said to him, "Listen, rather let me come there, assist you regarding this." And when the guy stopped there, they stopped there with a brand new GTI.
yeah,
And
yes, like it.
two African guys,
To
well
ma-
dressed again.
Yeah, to make it look
Neatly
legit.
dressed, well spoken. It looks like well-educated person.
Make it look legit. Yeah.
And I didn't identify that I was a police officer at that time. I had service on. My firearm was concealed, so I couldn't see my firearm. And they first started with other stories as well. I said, "No, this is how we're gonna do it. Take the car for a test drive. Your friend stays here behind, and I will drive with the buyer in the vehicle that he wants to purchase, and then we'll go to the bank and withdraw the money cash."
Absolutely.
It was, and he came with different stories. I said, "Well, if you don't want to do it that way, then sorry.
Then we're going to
There's
call
no-
it off. Yeah.
There's
yeah.
no purchase then for you. There's no
Yeah,
deal."
then the alarm bells go off. Yeah.
With long stories, I went with me. Actually, that's when he test drove the vehicle. We went to the bank. He withdrew the money, but I picked up that something was not right. And I think because I was there the day we conducted the whole transaction,
Yeah.
they were forced to pay the money. And luckily, let's say he had an amount of money in the bank, so he could have covered it.
Yeah, exactly.
And after they left, I said to my brother-in-law's brother, "You know what? I picked up. I can be wrong, but this could have gone bad because
Could have
they
gone
saw
horrible.
that."
bad.
And when we were driving to the bank, and that's why I said, "You drive." I sit in the back of the vehicle. There was only me in the vehicle that he was purchasing. I was sitting in the back and he was driving, so he couldn't do anything. And that guy that was with him at GTI stayed with the
Behind.
other, the seller. And so he was very skeptic and coming with stories. And I told him, no, at the bank, I almost thought to myself, because then I said to him, I'm a police officer. And
he's correct.
and
You got a
then
fright.
I think he had a fright. If there was other motives behind everything, then he changed. That he also struggled about to get the money withdrawn because we were quite a long time in the bank. Eventually, he took the money, withdrew the money, and we went home. And they did the transaction, and they took. But like I was saying, the best advice that I can give you when you purchase stuff or sell stuff online.
Like cars and stuff of high
People
value
selling
items.
cell phones and TVs and four-wheelers and motorcycles. There's quite expensive stuff that
Yes.
people sell, even caravans or whatever the case.
No.
Make sure, don't be naive. Make sure that you have the cash, the money has been paid in and it's available. Don't trust. You know what's the problem today these days? Apart from all the crime happening outside, people still sometimes trust too easily.
And that's the thing, it's gone. There's no more trust anymore. The next one I've got is lotteries and fake prizes. We all know you get that SMS. Sir, you won 2 million rand.
Oh, yes.
But you need to give 500 rand to release the funds that have been posted. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. I want to look. No, wait. Let me just check. That's the next one. That's bullshit. Those lottery things. Or Coca-Cola giving you money. I don't pay attention. I don't even respond to it.
You won't believe, even on a police cell phone, we got official cell phones that we use. We even get SMSs. Phone this number, or you have won 250,000.
Yeah.
You know what? One day I phoned, and I knew it was a scam, and I phoned just to mock this person. And it was a Nigerian. You could have it was a Nigerian, and he told me I had to deposit money into this account. It's for the clearance of funds and admin costs.
Admin fees and else.
And it said it said I can win 250,000 rand, but I have to pay 1,500 for the admin fee. So I mean, now people think 250,000 rand. What's 1,500 rand? If he catches 20 people a day, he makes 25,000 rand a day.
Of course, just
And
like
I
that.
said to her, hey, you are talking nonsense. And I can tell you, if you will see most of these numbers is international numbers or is numbers that's not a normal cell phone number. No company will do the advertising or campaigning.
I don't want to believe it. I mean, today I got this WhatsApp message. I just want to show you this message I got from my one friend. Check here. It says here the workers who worked between 1990 and 2018 can claim 33,000 rands, Department of Labor. Come on. Okay, when you go into the site, it does look legit, but seriously, are we going to believe it?
But can I tell you something? These guys that's cloning state departments, websites, cloning them. You think that it looks exactly the same as the Department of Labor?
Yeah, well, it does. We've opened it now.
But the link is to somewhere else.
Okay, there, like a fake email account. Yeah. It's not really here in South Africa. It'll be probably somewhere else.
It looks exactly. It's a cloned site, but the link is to their computer or to their system.
Yeah, exactly. Now another one, and we get these WhatsApp messages. Now I quickly want to play you this WhatsApp. I know it's in Afrikaans, but I'll translate it for those in English. I think you've heard this one.
Hi Moxie. Ek het nou net hier by een van ons groot vriende gehou so 'n bietjie inligting gekry. Wees asseblief baie versigtig, maak nie saak waarheen jy ry nie.
You heard it, eh?
As jy uit 'n plek uitkom en hy sê hulle merk jou regter voortuier, want dit is mos nou hier by jou drywers deur. So hulle doen dit so dat dit ooglopend is. Hulle merk met wit, hulle skryf byvoorbeeld daar op 'n datum en sê maar Trendtyre of Super Quick of IQ of wat ook al. Nou lyk dit of die tyre vervang is of reggemaak is by 'n tyreplek.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. So basically what it said now in Afrikaans, I'm going to translate it, is people are coming around and they're taking chalk and they're markings on your tire, like super quick or whatever, and then you get suspicious and then you rub it off, and then they say it doesn't even matter if you wash your hands, and then when you like touch your mouth or eat food, is like poison, and then you basically pass out, and then they come and they
Steal your car.
steal your car. And
Okay, but like I said,
but
while we're on this, you know how many WhatsApps? You know, I'm on a lot of crime groups,
yeah, no,
crime
yeah.
platforms, like CPF platforms in our area. I'm linked to a lot of national platforms regarding sending WhatsApp and for safety platforms. You know how many? I think people will smile now when I say this because of the truth of the every day people receive voice clips like this or
Many. I receive them too.
and you
Many.
know what? Most of these times, about 95% of all the times, most of these clips are hoax.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly as the picture that I've showed you. The
Yeah.
same, my friend who sent to me,
They're like
2 days later, he sent me this. These chalk marks and ties
yeah,
confirmed a hoax. And it was released by AfriForum.
yeah.
It,
You know
it's,
what?
it's a hoax.
You know how many problems these false clips
It causes major
causes
problems.
havoc. Causes,
Closer.
it causes fear.
Yeah, it does.
You know, a lot of people, you know, me as a police officer that's got a lot of friends and are linked to a lot of groups, you know, when these things, my phone goes crazy. And people ask me, Pete, what is this? Is this real or this is this? And if I'm not sure, I said, listen, guys, let me make sure from the necessary people up chain of command and
Yeah.
intelligent divisions and stuff. And most of the times it's negative, it's a hoax.
I know. I sent you something also to get
And I told
clarified,
you.
and you told me it's a
They said
hoax.
this is a hoax. Yeah.
But it makes me so sick, man. That they chase up unnecessary emotions,
Yeah.
and people get so upset. People, be careful. Make sure this and that.
Can I tell you one thing, my opinion regarding this? If criminals want to do something, they will not
Advertise.
advertise it.
No, they won't advertise it.
Right? Won't.
Look,
And you know, there's a lot of people that are going and say, yeah, they're going to attack this town tonight. And
Oh,
they're gonna-"
yes. I went into a frenzy last month when they said the Buddha are going on a full-on strike. And you remember, Jason?
what, like a Black Monday?
No, it was no. They were going to go on strike. They weren't going to deliver bread.
Oh,
and
they
milk
and they said we must stock
and we
up our
must stock
cupboards.
up.
Yeah.
I said to Jason, we need to get to the shops and
And what was my words? I said, no, man, relax, man.
Yeah.
It's probably just another hoax. innit?
yeah.
But look, don't get me wrong. A lot of these CPF WhatsApp groups do work. For example, if they hear something in the next door neighbor's yard and they heard something, and they quickly on the WhatsApp and they say, help, help. So, I think somebody's breaking into the house next door. And then they come out, the CPF come out. So don't get me wrong. It's not all completely hoax.
Can I tell you,
It does help.
most of the platforms that people are on the safety groups and that, they will know, most of that platform, the admin people are always scanning these things and to make sure. So I know, unfortunately, I have to mention that there's some of this goony goo goo WhatsApp groups outside causing a lot of problems.
What was
But
that?
you will know, like, I
Woolly
don't want
woolly
to
goo goo.
mention names, but every town in South Africa's got their groups, and the people will know how true is most of these.
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
said,
Legit, yeah.
all these groups that we have at Van der Bou, Jason, you know currently that I don't want to name names because they say, you know,
Oh, they're going to get cross with us.
but I can tell you honestly, that just want to mention to the people, it's working very efficiently. And like you said, when a person puts a voice note on a group, especially on this crime groups, crime-related groups or crime prevention groups, that it's for assistance and so, and it's working efficiently and making a big impact in combating crime. So yeah.
They just got to cut at the hoax stuff. That's all, man. I mean, naive and they paranoid. Paranoia has become a big problem. In my previous podcast, I mentioned it too, that I don't want to leave my house alone. When it gets
Oh,
dark,
Jason's terrible. I can't go
I want
anywhere.
to be. I want to be at home. I just don't want to. Yes, I got electric fencing here. You can see here, but I don't trust this electric fencing. I mean, you just use rubber gloves and you pull it down.
Can I tell you, the nice thing about media these days is a lot of things that people can see to make them realize again that crime is a reality. There was a clip on YouTube a while back or on Facebook where the person take a V branch,
Yes.
in a V, and he just put it on the wall and put the electric fence pushing it away, and he shows within less than a minute he climbs over that electric wall.
You trip it. You
Yeah.
trip it, and the alarm goes off, and then they climb into your house, and they're inside your yard. So there, I'm paranoid. I'm very paranoid. But the idea here is not to create paranoia. I don't want to create paranoia to my listeners. I want to create awareness. That's what I want to create. I want to create awareness. We just need to be conscious debriefing. We need to be conscious of our surroundings. Peter, you agree with me? Just need to be conscious.
You know what I can say? Going on in the next points, but to tell people, unfortunately, in today's life, you must be cautious for everything. And people are getting into a silent, what do you call it? A stealth mode. They don't.
Stealth mode, yeah.
Yeah, stealth mode. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Stealth mode. They just go on forward and they don't realize the seriousness about crime and what's happening around it.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately, we all must be like army guys and police guys. Even if you're a civilian these days, I'm not saying you have to be paranoid for everything, but
No.
people must understand in today's life you must always be aware of your surroundings.
You know what? Okay.
Doesn't matter if you're at your home or you're in a shopping center or wherever you may be, even on the road. Let's say, for example, we are taking this conversation as it goes.
Yeah.
People driving in their vehicles, stopping at the robot. They got tunnel vision, just look in front of them. My wife always said to me, hey, when I stop at a robot, I look around and check in the people next to me. And I'm
Of course.
looking around. That's in me.
Of course. I'm the same.
You know what? And just a small example. If you drive today with your vehicle and you stop at a robot, you see the people bashing each other almost. If something happens, there's no space to get out.
Yeah.
That's why I told my wife, if we stop at a robot, even me sometimes I neglect to do it, but I try to train it with myself so much and bring out of a normal behavior. Like it's like a normal thing for me to stop the vehicle. Like at least there's a gap in front at the back, or at least at the back.
Yeah.
Or at the front, one of those two. If something happens, if they try to smash and grab, if they try to hijack your vehicle, you must have time and space.
But that's the thing that I'm going to come to next, and it's okay. No, I know it's not really about scam. I'm going to go a little bit off topic. Gun laws. The gun laws that's in this country now is appalling. The reasons that they're given now is you cannot use an excuse as self-protection, own self-defense.
Can I tell you honestly and just give people clarity regarding what I know? Nothing has been finalized.
No, it hasn't been finalized yet, but it's causing frenzy. People are going crazy about it.
Don't go frenzy about this. If they come, they take your firearm, or they say that this law has been finalized.
But I think that's what people are afraid of. They're afraid that they're going to have to hand in their
Jason, my
firearms.
personal opinion is I don't think it's going to run through.
I
There's a
hope
lot
it
of
doesn't.
red tape and a lot of things that must
There is, at the moment, there is a lot of red
You must
tapes.
remember the constitutional law of the government, of the country. There's a lot of things that they can't change.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things. I don't want to go too much into.
Yeah, no, okay, we don't want to go too much on that side. I know, no. Okay. Okay, mobile phones, we mentioned about that. Subscribing, okay. Charity scams.
Okay, charity scams, very easy. Like I said again, people, listeners, you must listen very carefully. I'm not pointing out at somebody, but we caught people standing at the robots with these blickies. That's got the things on of the churches and stuff, and we caught some of the guys that they were fabricating those things themselves. So I'm not saying you mustn't give to charities, but there's a lot of people that got forms that they say it's for a church or child welfare. Well, actually, they illustrated and they fabricated that whole form themselves. That money doesn't go. I'm not saying it's with everybody. It's all these cases like that. That money goes into their pockets. But it's quite a big problem currently also all around the country as well. People using all these gadgets and ways to get money.
Yeah, it's like the websites that they create. Donate this, and they show pictures of the charity organizations. Meanwhile, you'll end up that you think you're donating money to a good cause and that, but they're not. They're busy pocketing. So there is a lot of charity scams out there. You just, the wind is blowing heavier. You just got to decide which charity you want to donate to.
honestly, I'm not saying you have time to check those things, but a charity that you donate to that's legit will have a tax number on. There's
Yes,
certain
a VAT,
things.
yeah, VAT
And you
number.
know, people, one thing I want to advise, if there's anything regarding all these type of things, if you're not sure, I can honestly tell you, you can check the government gazette, you can check the laws,
There you go.
you can Google it.
There you go.
That's the nice thing about technology. If you don't know about something, even me as a police officer, there's certain things that I also must make certainty about before I give advice. And I use all the resources to my availability
Absolutely.
to make sure about things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So honestly, if you want to give to a charity, just make sure that charity is legit. before you-
Legit, yeah. Because you're giving your money
There's
to
ways
nothing.
that you can confirm that they are legit.
Yeah, people enrich themselves through these charity, fake charity
Just to
organizations.
say, you know, people who are listening to this who like watch YouTube, especially, go and look on YouTube how many people are caught on camera, how many clips is available on YouTube. Let's take an example. These people are begging at streets. They caught people begging at streets, giving them money. And afternoon, they walk around the corner, climb into a luxurious vehicle and they drive off. And it's a fact. It's a fact.
It is a fact. Yeah. That's probably why a lot of people, when they see these people on the
And
street,
people, another thing that I want to address, it's that unfortunately all over South Africa, in every town there's beggars at the robot. And people feel we are a compassionate nation.
of course, yeah.
We're a compassionate nation and we want to give people money. But unfortunately, I have to mention this out of first-hand experience, 90% of those beggars at the robot utilize that money for drugs, for alcohol, whatever.
Yeah, and drugs.
And you know what? As long as we are giving those people money, they will still stand there. But if we don't give them any
We feed in their habits.
yeah, feeding
Yeah.
their habit. If you stop giving them money,
But how do you know? I mean, there is lots of families out there that just lost their jobs with the current unemployment situation in this country, and they come and they stand on the robots. How do you know? That's another thing. It's the same.
can I tell you my point of view regarding this? If one police officer commit misconduct in the police, unfortunately the whole police force is struggling and suffering because of that. It's the same. You get the honest beggars and the ones that really there. And actually, on the end of the day, they suffer because of the ones that they with a hidden agenda.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's your own choice. I'm not saying
it is your own choice.
I cannot force anybody to stop giving them. People still after we even address this on the community platforms, on the meetings, CPF Crime Forum meetings, and I also address the people regarding this. Stop giving the people at the robots money. Because ABC and D, out of experience that we see, these guys are utilizing.
I just get a feeling. It's like there's a message that gets sent to me, and I always say it's God. It's like God talking to me and sending me a message and telling me, Jason, give this guy. You know that conscious. You're conscious.
If I can quickly make a joke about us, you know, we caught the one guy, or the one day caught this old homeless guy falling down there at, in front of KFC. Wanted money for food, and the lady went and gave him a banana and orange.
I know where this is gonna go. I know exactly where this is gonna
go. And he said, no, she can keep that bloody stuff, because if you wanted that, you would have fallen in front of fruit and veg.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
It's just a
I know.
joke,
But it's true. It happens. It happens where you give them food and they don't want food. They want money.
Yeah.
It's a cruel
You know what
world.
I can say? If you really want to make a difference in life, let's say you're giving, doesn't it be shocking if you think how much money you give away to people at robots a month? You don't feel it at that stage because it's a 5 rand here, 2 rand here. When at the end of the day, in a year, how much money did you give? Rather decide for yourself and say, listen, I'm willing to give 500 rand or 1,000 rand a year to a charity, to the SPCA or to a child welfare or whatever.
I don't know. I don't see it like that. I see it as if that 5 rand or 10 rand that I give out to somebody who needs it, some way or another, I am going to get it back in a different way. That's just my philosophy on the outlook on life.
Like
you will get it back in a different way.
Like I said, on the end of the day, it's your choice.
No, it is your choice, yeah.
But I'm just giving people a background on what's actually happening.
You do get back the little bit of good that you do get back. Okay, job and employment scams, opportunities to work overseas or those work from home opportunities.
Oh, goodness.
The opportunities where people work overseas. Remember, I think yesterday we touched a bit based on it. Some teachers, a group of teachers went overseas to China and they were promised these jobs to work as teachers.
You know how many fraud cases we have regarding that? Quite a lot.
Plenty.
I can tell you something you won't believe. We even a few years back, we caught when there was a lot of police intakes, jobs in the SAPS.
Yeah, really.
There was people that actually took those forms and make copies and said, listen, we can put in this application that you had to pay 150 rand. That's why we'll see the new forms have printed on across, not for sale of. They even use that.
But this is the thing. People are taking advantage of us in this country because of the unemployment situation in this country.
People are what?
Gullible, naive.
Gullible.
You're gonna do it. So if you see a job opportunity, okay. I did a podcast recently with a friend of mine that lives in New Zealand, but he did it the legit way. He had Skype interviews, and he's there now. He's been there now for 3 months, Petrus, and it was an interesting podcast. If you go back into the playlist, once I put this link on, you'll see that there's a link there with Petrus, New Zealand. Why South Africans are leaving South Africa. Go into that podcast and take a listen to it, and he's going to give his version of why he left South Africa. It was an interesting podcast, Rachel?
Yeah, very.
We enjoyed it. It was very nice. And yeah, same coming back to work from home opportunities, where they say you must fill in envelopes and fill in.
I did. They've been there, got
that's
the t-shirts.
old. I mean, I know it, but it's still ongoing. Yeah. People are still getting these work from home opportunities. Same thing.
Yeah, and it's all over Facebook as well.
Include a 500 or 200 rand in an envelope posted away. You never get the information.
No.
You will suck
People get caught a lot like that. Still today.
Still today, people get caught like that because we are desperate. We can't find work.
And unfortunately, I have to mention that criminals are so clever. They actually goes to the Department of
Labor, yeah.
And they like imposters. They're saying that they are employees of Department of Labor, and they catch people giving them forms, and they have to pay them. And
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, there's many ways. In shopping centers, I don't know now. I don't see it as much, but I know years ago, people and they target the old people, the elderly people.
Yeah, especially the seniors.
The seniors. Give me your ID number and that whatnot, and shame. And then you'll find that they rob the old people.
People, if I can just wrap that situation up. There's no easy way of making quick money in the world these days.
No, there isn't. Yeah,
that's how they catch. To take this all in a nutshell, the criminals catch the people because they are gullible, they're naive, and they want to make quick money.
Yeah, because they got their pension now, and it's the pensions with a couple of bucks, and these guys know it.
I'm telling people today on air, there's no quick way to make a lot of money. So you must know there's always a snake in the grass when people approach you with something like that.
I don't even think that this Bitcoin and the stuff, that you Forex and that. Yes, there has been many ways that people do make money.
Come back quickly. A friend of mine, brother-in-law, were caught with this phone scam. The guy won so many American dollars in a lottery type of thing. He paid 23,000 rand. Then he realized something is wrong.
23,000.
And I was so cross with that guy. I spoke to him and I said to him, how could you be so stupid? Didn't you smell a rat even when I asked you to pay the first? He paid in different amounts. Then 4,000, then 3,000, then this, and then they came everywhere. Convincing story every time. And he paid the money. And at the end of the day, when he came to 23,000, he realized, hey, there's something wrong here.
All right, ATM masters. You get your card gets cloned with a device.
Scheming devices.
Yeah, I like to call them the ATM masters. Yeah. What they do basically is, I don't know how they do it, but these guys are good at it. They take your card. This device is smaller than a cell phone. Your card gets scanned. They go out to the car. They open their laptop, punch in the information. They make another card. Because your PIN number is on that card. We all know that. Yeah. For those that don't know, it's on there.
It's on. Draw the PIN.
Then they go, put it in, draw the money out.
Or the other way is, this is a big thing all around South Africa. I know that the easiest way for this ATM fraudsters is actually ATM theft. Is they approach people at the ATM and they just start punching the buttons. And then when you ask her, hey, what are you doing then? In a blink of the eye, already changed the card with it. Let's say you had
Yes.
Standard Bank, they change it with the other Standard Bank. They say, oh, sorry, sir. So they take your card and then you say, no, let me rather go draw money at the other teller. And when you get to the other teller, say, but this is not your card.
And
And
you've
then
lost
they're
your card.
already, in the blink of an eye, I don't know how they get it. They standing at the point of line of sight, and they still see your PIN number.
No, another way, and the shopping center I worked, this is a good couple of years ago, is where you put your card in, there's a device, a clip-on.
Yeah.
It fits on exactly.
On the ATM
on.
itself.
Now, inside there is a device that reads your card, and at the same time, there's a camera there, as small as a pin hole. Now, that camera is pointed at the pin pad. So they know exactly what time, and that's about, let's say they got a couple of customers, they take the machine, plug into the laptop, and they got all your information. Boom, your money's
Give
gone.
people advice regarding this. Even in the shopping centers, you think people's got this mindset that
Yeah.
I'm in a big shopping center, there's a lot of movement, I will never get robbed at an ATM. And it actually happened at most of our big shopping centers, there also people get caught there with that. Out of experience, the past few months, we had a lot of cases regarding people that was robbed at ATMs in shopping centers.
I know. I know.
And that's why I say people must understand, when a person comes and start punching numbers on the, or whatever way they get your attention, then you must know something is, and then you must make a noise. Even for ladies or men,
Of course.
must make a big fuss about this,
Yeah, of course, yes.
and they must make noise about it. And then there's a lot, always, I can tell honestly, there's always security guards surrounding the areas. Get security guards to come and assist. But apart
If
from,
you don't feel safe, yeah.
yeah. And apart from that, unfortunately, that's a big problem, is the outskirts, the ATMs at the smaller shops or garages. Those ATMs. There's a lot of senior citizens that usually go and draw money there. And we got a lot of cases where people are ripped. Money is been robbed from them.
Explain quickly what happened to Samantha recently. Don't explain the shop, but just explain quickly what happened, Rachel.
I don't know the whole story. All I know is my daughter put a card in, and she punched in her PIN card and how much money she wanted, and her card wouldn't come out. And she ran to her car. She ran to a car that was like opposite the ATM to phone the bank. And by the time she phoned the bank, they'd already drawn the money out.
They already drawn the money out, yeah. Quick. My daughter became a victim of it too, yeah.
And now my daughter's petrified of drawing money at an ATM. She's paranoid.
That's why
She says she'd rather go into a Pick and Pay and draw the money there.
That's why I'm saying people rather draw money at places with safe. I'm not saying you can't draw money by the garages or the outskirts.
No, that's not. We're not chasing people away. I mean, I don't want to chase people away.
I'm just telling them that they may be more cautious. You know what? Only if people that's drawing money before they approach the ATM. Look what's
Look at your surroundings.
You will
of
see
course.
them standing around. You will somehow see there's something not right. Rather leave that ATM and go to another ATM.
Exactly. I fully agree.
Usually don't draw money late at night and not in the early mornings. You know what? Because what I picked up when I was working during the morning hours, now it's payday. Can't wait to get that money. You won't believe how many people are standing 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the mornings at the banks.
In the pajamas.
Yeah, in the pajamas. With the Mickey Mouse or Superman pajamas.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
I've seen this.
And drawing money. People don't draw money during that time margin. Please. You are only making yourself a soft target. People understand what I'm saying when they're making themselves a soft target.
So basically what we're trying to say is just look around.
Be aware.
Don't let someone stand too close to you. And be straightforward. Just tell him, sir, listen, do you mind? I'm drawing money. Can you stand a bit side? He's going to be a bit arrogant and he's going to say, no, you must hurry up. Then just leave. Just leave.
And I just want to know, just mention the other modus operandi that you're using. they make if they are stupid. They want to draw money.
But they want your help.
They want your help.
They want your help. Yeah, don't.
You know that most of the banks have got floor managers or floor people that's helping people regarding that matter. You as a public member must never assist nobody drawing money.
Not allowed to anyway. I mean, your information and the other person.
If they say, I don't know how this teller works, you say, no, wait, there's the person that's working for the bank or the security officer, ask him, he will assist you.
I agree fully.
I just want to mention something.
Go ahead.
Regarding the ATM.
Yeah.
A few years back, I was dressed in service. I was in a tracksuit.
Ah, yes. Go.
And I had a jackass holster. For those people that doesn't know what's a jackass holster, like the movies, the detectives, I got the firearm underneath my armpit. The magazine briefing is underneath. And they couldn't see I had a firearm with me. And I was in service and they didn't realize I was a police officer. There was 3 suspects at the bank. Not at the outskirts ATM, at the bank in the CBD. And I was drawing money, and the first thing when I approached the ATM, I saw these 3 suspects standing there. I knew something was not right. And I was starting drawing money, but I was checking out of the corner of my eyes, and I would see the movement. And 2 were standing a few meters away, and the one came and was standing close to me. I turned around, I said, hey, listen, you don't need to stand so close to me. Just back off, please. I warned him times. The 3rd time, I pushed him with pushed him on his chest, and he was falling down and sliding over the towel. And then the other 2 came approaching me, and then I drew my firearm and I said, you're making a big mistake. You're trying to rob a police officer. I'm going to shoot
Can you imagine they bailed?
shoot the hell out of you guys, and they start running. It was very fast.
Yes, they thought,
Because luckily I was
big mistake.
I was observant, and I knew about the problem.
No, but,
If I was a member of the public, even with a firearm, and I wasn't observing, that's why people, at the end of the day, just be vigilant, just be cautious, just be observant. Take note of your surroundings before you approach your ATM.
Yeah.
And something looks out of the place, rather leave that area and go to some other one.
Yeah. Well, the next one also with banks is drawing bulk money.
That's a big problem during the festive season.
Although you go into a secured area and there's a door you can close, but I just feel it could be inside information that's given out to the scammers or the syndicates.
Well, I can tell you about an incident that happened a week ago. It was 2 senior citizens. They went to the bank. They drew a lot of money, a huge amount of money. They went home. As they stopped in the driveway, the car pulled behind them and they robbed them of the money.
A lot of people have been caught out.
Quickly, just to tell the people, is they got people inside the banks that make that blending in.
Yeah,
as
we're
if they are
not
customers.
necessarily saying it's staff that's working in the banks. It
No,
could
I'm
be
saying civilians,
civilians too. Yeah.
criminals, suspects.
Suspects. They watch you.
Blending in as people inside the bank, also clients.
Yeah, clients. Yeah.
And then they observe which ones are throwing money. They got people outside the bank, 2 outside the bank waiting. They got 1 in a vehicle already waiting. So when that person comes out, and they communicate with the cell phone.
But this is the thing, and if you feel that you've been followed, drive to the nearest police station.
Nearest police station.
Drive to the nearest police station.
And always again, like I said earlier when we were talking, if you're on your vehicle, wherever, always look what's going on around. Not to say you have to be paranoid.
Yeah, no,
but
don't be
always
paranoid.
be observant. Always be cautious.
Because let's be honest here. If you panic, what happens? You make mistakes. You make silly mistakes. The idea when I say again create an awareness is basically to, because when you calm, you think rationally and you make better decisions.
But when you panic,
When you panic, I'm going to swear, you fuck up. Sorry for my French. You fuck up. You make mistakes.
Yeah.
It's a dog eat dog world out there.
Okay, but I think we covered most of the ATM situation.
Yeah, no, we did. Okay, pickpocket scammers.
Okay, people pickpocket is not like in the movies, like we see people bumping into you and you see your wallet is away, gone, missing.
I do that still, eh? If somebody bumps into me, the first thing I do is I touch my
I'm
wallet.
not saying you mustn't do it.
I
but
still do it.
let's say if we're gonna discuss this pickpocket out of your experience working at the shopping centers.
Yeah.
Pickpocket in this regard will be people that pushing the trolley inside some of these shopping centers, some of these shops, especially buying groceries. You know how many cases we have? The lady puts a handbag on top of a trolley. It's in line of sight of us, but she just in a brief second
Like I
to
do.
take an item from the shelf and then the wallet. You can see footage on Facebook, footage on YouTube.
Yeah, many.
Where surveillance camera caught these guys doing it. And you'll see how quick they did. People don't put your wallets and your handbags on the trolleys.
But you know how many youngsters put their
But
cell phones in the back pockets?
Yeah.
That too.
Can I just say something? I see they use children these days
Yeah.
to
No.
pickpockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of kids are used now
Small
to
kids,
small kids.
You'll get the small child. She climbs, or a small boy climbs underneath the counter, while the mother or the father is distracting the cashier, and then boof, there goes the guy's wallet.
Okay. I say which modus operandi are they using? What? They bump with their trolley. They bump into with their trolley into yours. That's one of the biggest modus operandi.
Yeah.
And then you get cross and you turn around. What now? And then that's where it happens.
Another method is when someone is short and approaches a lady and says, "Oh, Mama, I can't get that tomato sauce. It's very far. Can you please reach for me?" And then what do? You reach
help
it,
them.
and then boom, your handbag is gone. All the stuff in your handbag. Yeah,
Now
that's-
my wife, when she goes to the shopping center, she take the necessary cash with her in a pants pocket or whatever the case may be. I trained her a lot, and that's why I say, rather don't walk with big amount
no.
of money with you. No, unfortunately, even me, when I'm in the shopping centers, off duty, nevertheless on duty, as he said, the lady's handbag is on the trolley, cleared open, the wallet is there. You can see the 200s are stacked like this.
Yeah.
Open, that's what they're calling open advertisement.
Open advertisement. Yeah. I had a friend of mine that I saw him last week, and he says he's got a job now and that, and he's come here. He bought his son something, but he takes his wallet out and he's like flashing all his 200 rand notes. And I said, "No, man, put your wallet away, man."
You know what we call that opportune crime? That's what criminals do. They roam around and see opportunity, and that's where they hit. Don't make yourself a victim by being negligent.
But that it is. It just he pulling out the wallet, bragging the notes.
Yeah, but I'm rich.
Yeah, I'm rich.
Not for long.
But that is stupid. That is just plain stupid.
I
Not
have
for
been
long.
at the same shopping center in the last month, and twice a security guard has tapped me on my shoulder, said, "Ma'am, please, your handbag.
That's awesome.
Ma'am, please, your handbag."
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you won't believe, Jason, if I say how many
Talk-
people I approached
Yeah.
regarding to warn them. Nevertheless, to say in the shopping center, even approach people driving patrols. The vehicles are outside and say, "Just park your vehicle inside the vehicle." They get arrogant and cross and
No, they do.
plastic with us.
No, they do.
And you know, other incident, other morning driving patrol, I saw at 4 o'clock in the morning, I saw this vehicle, a white bucky standing outside the premises at 4:15 in the morning. So I stopped next to the vehicle and I had my spotlights on the side of the police vehicle. And I asked the gentleman very politely, "Is everything fine?" He started swearing at me. "Put off that
Beep,
crazy
beep,
and F off." And I told him, I said to him, "Sir, listen, you're very, very clearly now to me." I said to him, "I'm only here to make sure things are running smoothly. Now you're giving me this type of attitude."
You as a police officer can do that. I can't do this in the security because they look at me, then they start swearing at me, and then they go report me, and
Yeah,
then
but
I'm
you
in
know
trouble.
What's strange, when you try to assist people and just to make them more cautious and prevent a crime from happening, and the people's got an arrogant attitude.
You know, we were recently trained child human trafficking, and I also did a podcast on it. And I train my guards. When the child separates from the parents, try and stop the child and say, hey, go back to your mother. Automatically, the mother goes, leave my child alone. Leave what you're doing. You say, but ma'am, I'm just trying to help you.
Can I
You
tell
know,
you something regarding that?
and you don't want to advertise human trafficking. You don't want to do that because then you make them paranoid.
This is not on the list.
No,
but
no,
I
it's
want
not.
to-
Yeah,
I
it's
want
off.
to emphasize something. People you see on the media, you see on the news these days, trafficking, child trafficking, and children getting missing. You've seen even on Facebook that the criminals are so arrogant they try to take the children in front of the parents.
It's scary. It's scary.
That's
Because
another thing. Make sure
scary.
your children is always in line of sight and close by.
Yeah, like
Personally, can I tell you, every time I'm walking in the shopping center, you won't believe how many children are roaming away from their parents. And if you go, like you said, if you go to the parents and say, listen, your child is,
roaming away. Yeah,
there's a possibility.
just get hold of your child.
Yeah, and then they get cross with
They
you.
swear at you, but you're only trying to help them. You're just trying to help those parents.
I can tell you so honestly, with security industry and you guys doing what you're doing, you
It's
also
it's
have a
difficult.
difficult
It's
job.
difficult for us. They swear at us. Eh? We're just trying to help you. Okay, car jammers, jamming devices that get used. It's real, people. I know a lot of you out there that think it's bullshit. It's real.
And you know what's the people philosophy regarding this? They think it's only at that place and it's not, and it's only,
It's still
all
happening.
over. Even in small towns, these people have this technology, and even in our town, it's running.
But you
wild.
know what it is? It's a simple gate remote. You get your short range gate remotes and you get your long range. So they use the long range, the ones that can reach up to 10 meters. So they'll be sitting in the car, press this button. When you climb out, and a lot of people do it. If I stop at the petrol garage and they climb out, and as he's walking, he pushes, he thinks his car's locked. It's not, because while you think you're doing that, he pushes that jamming device, or the gate remote. It doesn't lock your car. Boom.
The best advice that I think you will also agree, Jason, because you are working with type of things as well, is to advise the people to print it in itself. It must be a way of life. It must be a normal response. When they get out of the vehicle at any shopping center, doesn't matter how big, how small, and you lock your vehicle with your remote, make sure the doors are locked before you leave the vehicle.
Absolutely, and I'm afraid that this is going to happen a lot now in December. It's going to happen a lot.
Jason, we know even at the shopping center where you are working in, I'm also responsible as a sector manager. We had a lot of those incidents.
Yeah. But we stopped him. Just last week, a customer reported to one of my supervisors, I think someone's here trying to get into my car. Then I quickly responded. We're on the radios, we're on the CB radios, and we reported, guys, please be on the lookout. Check for any surroundings. There's jammers, car jammers in here. And then quickly, the moment you do that, the moment you create that awareness and the guards start looking around, you basically chasing them away. They go, oh, you know what? We've been spotted. That's my whole idea in my training. My training with my guards is to create that awareness. Go up to even if a person's sitting in the car for 5 minutes.
Arrest him.
Well, yeah, okay. They get.
Not arrest him.
No, yeah, but
if you put all the promotion or all the, what do you call it?
The attention. No, the attention.
That's what I was looking for. If you put attention on them, then
They leave. They leave. They get cross and that they say, no, I'm waiting for my mother. Okay, no, we were just checking because my control room is busy watching you, so we were just wondering.
That's necessary to get them.
Boom! Automatically, he knows he's been watched. Because, like I've said previously, they want to remain invisible. They want to be ghosts.
And another thing regarding the cars, the parking areas. I'm going to mention this. It's shocking when I'm at the malls or wherever center, when I'm in civilian capacity or police capacity, I walk from my car to the shopping center. You know how many valuable belongings do you see in line of sight to the
Exactly.
laptops,
Exactly.
cell phones? People, I want to advise you today, don't leave any valuable items in line of sight of your vehicle. Rather lock handbags, cell phones, laptops, whatever
Yeah, and
expensive
it's
in the trunk of the vehicle.
And we touched on this. It's not to say because you got guards there and you got cameras there. That imagine a car guard's got 10 cars, 20 cars to look after, and now 10 customers come and they leave their valuable items in. You're making that God's life difficult. You really are. Just hide it away. Put it in the boot. Just put it away. It's as simple as that.
You know what? There's a saying in life that
Closer.
prevention is better than cure, my friend.
Prevention's better than cure. Amen. That's also my philosophy. No, it is. It is.
It's a way of life. You must actually print it in yourself. You must do it out of natural
Exactly.
behavior.
Yeah.
Locking the car, making sure the car's locked, taking all valuable items from the vehicle line of sight. It must be printed within you. You must do it out of a natural.
But you'll also find too, okay, now this is not really got to do with car jammers, but it's insurances. And this is another way that people try to scam the shopping centers, where they try and tell the God, my mirror's broken. Or there was something in it. It was broken. So what I do is I train my guards and I say, when you see that mirror broken, report it to the customer. Say, ma'am, sir, your mirror's broken. Because they are quick to come out and they say, my mirror was fine. It was not broken a minute ago. You are going to pay for this now. Meanwhile, it was broken.
Let's talk something bigger. I want to address this matter because it's a problem.
Yes.
You know how many people need money? Then they say the vehicle is stolen at that place, at that shopping center. And you know what? People must understand the seriousness. We know how many cases we have been investigated now at the police all over the country regarding fraud, regarding opening a case for theft of motor vehicle, and the vehicle has never been even taken there. And you know what? The people get caught and a perjury case will be opened against
of course.
you, and you will go to jail.
You'll go to jail, yeah.
The people must know this, and they think they get away with it. Some of them do get away, but I'm telling you honestly, people must take note these days.
No.
That you must understand, the malls are very, very, very strict on this. Now, remember out of experience, out of what I picked up at the mall, the guy came and he said his vehicle was stolen. I said, okay, no problem. Let's go check the footage.
Yeah, let's go check the footage.
And then we found that that person didn't even have a ride with the vehicle.
Yeah, we had an incident a few years ago where this one guy claimed that his BMW X5 was stolen. So we tried to view the footage and we couldn't. We could not see that this BMW X5 was there at the mall. So when the our insurance came to investigate, we asked the client, what did he look like? What was he dressed? So we picked him up. We went back and we saw he came with his family inside the mall. So from that point, we rewinded the camera. We followed him back to his vehicle.
The CCTV cameras, exactly.
Him and his family climbed out of an Audi. They climbed out of an Audi. 2 weeks later, his BMW X5 was found in Lesotho. How stupid.
Yeah,
you think these insurance people are that stupid? They are not stupid. They are
They will
trained.
find any reason not to pay out. It's just a joke, but I mean.
No, but it is. I mean, and they make, as us in the security industry, they work in the shopping centers. They make our life a misery because then we look bad.
You know how much insurance fraud is running? How much insurance fraud is running around these days? Even people that saying the house breaking, the house got burgled.
And that's the next one I want to talk about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the no. Okay. The next one is your house gets marked. The kitten.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. Thieves use stones or they use bottles to mark or plastic bags or any type of. But this is their method. I mean, there's just so many methods that you won't really know.
The best advice that I can give you. Sometimes you will think it's they call it a battle indicator. So they call it when they mark the houses. There's different ones. Go on the media, internet, and get pictures and articles regarding this matter. The only advice that I can give people out there is, if you think that your house has been marked, take away the marker.
Yeah.
That's the only advice that
definitely.
Remove the marker. That's all that you can.
Anything. I mean, if you see a stone or I saw a wire 2 weeks ago, wire like coiled up. I just took it and I threw it away because my instinct told me, what if this is a marker that they want to mark? They want to come break into my house. Because then they walk past your house at night and they see, oh, here's the marker. We need to take this house.
Okay, but what about that thing that came out now a couple of months ago, that bomb if you now shake this plastic
Oh,
bottle,
that's that chlorine bomb.
Yeah, but
Oh,
if you
I haven't-
touch this thing, then it's going to explode.
I haven't heard of that in
Can
a
I
while.
say,
now.
honestly, that was also like a hoax. I never
hoax.
said it never happened, but I mean, out of my experience in the whole area cluster, I mean, there's a few towns in area where I'm staying. We didn't have any of those type of. It will never happen, or they will not do it, but we don't have any cases like that.
Yeah, no, we don't. And again, Christmas, people are going away. They're leaving their house locked up. When they come back, and you open that front door, what's the first thing you realize? Oh, my TV's gone. That's going to happen. And it's going to happen again this December.
Well, regarding that, in the festive season, always arrange your family members to look after that. The main thing is the criminals will see with the. Let's take a stupid example like your post, your mail. The mailbox is getting stitched up.
Yeah.
You will know there's nobody there.
Okay.
Arrange with your family to come and visit the house and stay for an hour.
I would say that. No, I would say stay in your house.
Yeah,
Stay in your house.
yeah,
I'm paranoid.
yeah.
Stay in your house.
So people arrange for things like that because the criminals drive around, they can see. There's pointers that they can see there's nobody there for quite a while. They just check a house for an hour and say, okay, right, let's hit this house. They will watch a house for about a day or two sometimes.
Yes, no? No, they would. Okay, Rachel, you want to ask?
Where are we now?
Point number 3. Okay, we touched. I'm going to leave question 3 because we've been explaining and then given pointers how to prevent it. What can we do, Rachel? Ask number 4.
Okay, what can we do to protect ourselves from these scammers and fraudsters?
Like I said, the first thing that you have to do is you don't be naive. Don't think it just happened in movies. Always moving around, be cautious, be observant. Know what your surroundings are. Pick up, and if you will know, even as a civilian person, you will know when something is out of place. And when you notice something like that, report it immediately to the security personnel or contact the police to come and check. Let's say at the end of the day, you call the police to come and assist or the security to come and assist and just check and it's nothing. At least then you know.
You basically, if there's someone's watching you, then you know, okay, cool. Oh, those guys are awake. Rachel, ask the next question.
What is the reason why we have such crimes?
That's pretty self-explanatory.
Obviously, it's very easy to answer. It's the
Yes.
high employment
The high
rate
unemployment rate.
and
yeah.
the economic, the inflation rate and everything is expensive.
Yeah.
People are struggling making a living these days. They
Mm.
go to extremes, survive. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
I have to say that I'm not wrong. It's the high unemployment.
Yeah, the rest that we've made is the same thing. And I look at these guys and I say, why? I've got rent to pay. I've got kids to support, and it's tough.
That one of the big reasons is also certain criminals or criminals in life. If they can make 50 grand a month without doing much labor, it's easy money. Honestly, Jason, that's the other thing.
No, yeah.
People differ in life. Some people, most of these criminals you catch them and you start interviewing them and ask them that, hey, this is the easy way of making some money. You have a nice life. You don't have to work yourself into another dimension to get that.
True.
That's also one point.
No, it is. No, I agree. Rachel?
Okay, I think we hit number 6.
No, not really.
Do you think if the unemployment rate can be reduced, that these crimes will be reduced as well? Meaning more jobs, less crime.
Obviously, I think it will.
Definitely. Entrepreneurship can get so much help in this
Yeah,
country.
obviously,
More jobs.
I can tell you, most of these people committing crime is because they don't have an income. I interviewed a few criminals that we caught and asked them, why did you resort to committing crime? And he said, listen, not an excuse, but I've been struggling to get a job for 2
Yeah, he
years.
pours his heart out. No, he does. I know. Like I said, he pours his heart out and tells you. Right, last question, Rachel.
Okay, where can the public get more information on scams and fraud?
At the police stations, there is certain divisions and personnel at the police station that they can be referred to. It can give them more information regarding this. And like I said previously, the nice thing about technology and Google is Google everything.
Google everything.
You've got a lot of crime prevention sites on crime prevention tips.
Educate yourselves. Educate yourself.
You regarding preventative measures.
Let's say this podcast that we're doing is like a little education thing, but there's so much more. I mean, there's so much more that we haven't even touched base on. This is just the tip of the iceberg of the scammers that you get out there.
Even on Facebook or on certain sites, these days you've got groups that's been placed on these platforms that's only addressing these crime prevention tips and stuff.
That's it.
But I mean, if you go and look and you go search, you will find.
No, you will find
a lot of places where you can receive.
Even on YouTube, I was watching. There's stuff you can watch on YouTube.
Whatever you want to know, knowledge about regarding crime prevention,
Google on YouTube
related issues, you just punch that.
And if you don't have data, you can go to. There's plenty of shopping centers where there's free Wi-Fi hotspots where you can go and educate yourself on. Plenty. Just link up on it. Go to YouTube and educate yourself on it.
And another thing I just want to mention for the parents and the senior citizens, educate your children also regarding this.
Absolutely. I'm happy. I think this was a very fruitful podcast, Rachel. Very fruitful.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, I think if there's any other crime related topics that the people, I don't want to speak out of my turn, they must inform you guys.
Of course.
That they want you to talk about this.
I appreciate it when the public come to me and say, I think this guy's suspicious. He's been sitting there. Can you watch him? Of course. I appreciate when the public come out and tell us.
The thing that I like about this is it's not formal. It's not very formal. We can.
No, we're debating.
Yeah.
We're debating.
It's not formal now. It's live coverage, and you're sitting there and you're.
No, that's what I like about podcasting. We basically just speak in our minds. Yeah.
I hope that whatever we talked about today,
people take serious.
In my life, I hope that somebody learned.
Yeah, of course.
Something from.
Rachel, where are you? My wife has disappeared now. I want to end off the show. Rachel. Okay. All right, people. Please share this. I'm going to put this link on my Facebook page. I'm going to put it onto my group Conscious Debriefing.
And please comment. We want comments.
We want comments. I want comments. Please give comments. We want feedback. But the thing is, let's share this. Share my podcast as wide as you can. The more people that can listen to this podcast, the better. The better for us all. Peter, once again, I thank you very, very much. Closer.
People can give us advice how to improvise on
exactly.
Yeah.
You're going away this Christmas?
If there's something that's not up to standard, they must tell you and we can improvise.
Of course, yeah. That's okay. Rachel, you could just say, okay, no, just say goodbye to the viewers. Just say goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
No, I was lost now. Oh, yeah. Are you going away this Christmas?
Yeah, away for Christmas.
Yeah, you're not going
What's
away.
that? I'm a police officer.
I forgot. Festive season, we can't go. Yeah. We're on duty.
Yeah,
it's the most busiest time of the year.
From this week on up on right through to January, it's going to be Nachtnella for us.
I know.
You're going to work. You know, my wife's knowing now this time of the year, she's not going to see me a lot. I'm going to greet her by the hand.
Gonna drink a lot of Red Bulls.
Yeah, Red Bulls. And she was fighting with me the other day. I said, that stuff, is gonna kill you.
I know. I hate that stuff.
Luckily, I don't drink that much. So now, once in a blue moon, I'll drink a Dragon or a Burn.
No, why Dragon? That stuff is terrible, Peter. You know, I look at my guys that drink that stuff, and I swear
my friend, when your moog is moog, you will drink one of those.
I know. Okay, people, thank you very much, and thank you for listening to Conscious Debriefing Show.